I'm Andy Hicken, Director of Product Development at WebCourseworks, and I'm excited to submit our EvaluPac product for the Brendan Hall Award for Best Advance in Technology for Testing or Learning Evaluation. So EvaluPac is an easy-to-use tool for the design, delivery, and psychometric analysis of evaluations and assessments. And we've really honed it over years of working with associations and nonprofits. We've developed this tool specifically to meet the needs of providers of continuing education. And to establish the need, I'm going to talk a little bit about evaluation in continuing education. So years ago, continuing education evaluation was based on seat time. If you attended a session, you received the credit for that session. However, there have been lots of quality improvement efforts over the decades, and continuing education has started to establish standards for much better evaluation. And as a result of that, CE providers are gathering a lot more data. So there's satisfaction data, knowledge assessment data, even skills and performance assessment data. So CE departments are actually now kind of swimming in data. Meanwhile, the organizations that fund continuing education and accredit CE providers are increasingly demanding that providers analyze and act on the data that they're gathering, which is obviously a positive impulse. But from the provider's perspective, in the past, that meant they had to hire a psychometrician who didn't necessarily come cheap. So EvaluPac helps cut down on that cost, and it allows educators to analyze the data themselves while also providing them with the means to design and deliver evaluation. So that's the gap we're addressing, the need to analyze data coming out of evaluations of continuing education. Our product vision is to give CE providers an easy to generate, psychometrically valid, robust, detailed outcomes analysis of their continuing education that they can easily share with a funder or an accreditor, and that they can use for continuous improvement of the CE provider's educational offerings. And I'm going to talk about 3 of our clients who have used EvaluPac and are seeing those kinds of results. So CHEST is the American College of Chest Physicians. They do continuing medical education. And you can see on the left here a couple of photos of CHEST's live learning events that they do at their annual meeting and at their facility. So they're doing skills assessment in live simulations of ultrasound, and they also have some high fidelity medical simulators, which are mannequins with vital signs and that kind of thing that you can connect to a computer and gather data from. And they're able to use EvaluPac to do pre-post test comparisons. So you're seeing an example on the right here of one of our pre-post test reports that CHEST takes and shares with their funders. They also do item analysis. They do analysis of learner satisfaction. They generate net promoter scores. They do overall global faculty ratings, intent to change. And they've been able to use this to look at their courses year over year and generate goals for improvement of each course each year. NBOME is the National Board of Osteopathic Medical Examiners, and NBOME is using EvaluPac to do actual performance assessment. So osteopaths are gathering data about their interactions with patients, entering it into our platform, and they're getting back a report that tells them how they're doing against national benchmarks for performance. And NBOME is able to use the aggregate reporting on the back end, and they've been able to show a statistically significant difference in patient-reported understanding of their medications after their osteopaths undergo a professional development module from NBOME. And ACRP is the Association of Clinical Research Professionals, and they use the analysis of learner satisfaction to meet accreditation requirements coming from the ACCME and other accreditors. They provide CE accredited by several organizations. So with all the events they do and all the modes of education they offer, they really need aggregate evaluation reporting that lets them pull together results from across multiple CE activities and break it out by faculty, by learning objective, and do a more refined analysis of their educational assessments. So in terms of our innovation, EvaluPac is used by our clients for the design, delivery, and analysis of satisfaction evaluations, knowledge evaluations, skills evaluations, and performance evaluations. We've designed EvaluPac with psychometricians to ensure that we've got underlying math that is valid. And just a few brief words about some of the math that underlies EvaluPac. KR20 is used for analysis of test reliability. T-scores and p-values are used as part of paired sample t-tests, which you use for pre-post comparison. And discriminative efficiency is part of the item analysis we offer. It allows organizations to look at their evaluation questions and get a quick read on whether they're well designed or they might have an issue in terms of the writing or how they're set up in the system. And we found that a lot of CE providers still need a platform for delivering evaluations online, and EvaluPac does that too. So we can deliver evaluations via our mobile responsive learning platform or through our native mobile app, which even enables offline access to assessments. We also find that providers often are using other tools for the design, delivery, and analysis of assessments. So EvaluPac can connect to other assessment platforms, question banks, and business intelligence tools like ExamView, any platform that supports Experience API, Power BI, Click, Tableau, those kinds of platforms. So in conclusion, EvaluPac isn't a statistics package or a business intelligence tool. It's a targeted online evaluation platform and set of analytic tools that meets the needs of continuing education providers, their funders, and their accreditors. And for one example of a measurable result, CHEST uses EvaluPac to develop a standardized infographic for use with their courses. So there's an example of one where they look at scores coming out of EvaluPac for their skills assessments. They generate a net promoter score, satisfaction, knowledge assessment scores year over year, and confidence ratings year over year. And they've been able to use this graphic to compare year over year outcomes of their CME courses and set goals for improvement. So thanks very much for your time. Again, I'm Andy Hicken, Director of Product Development at WebCourseworks, and this has been a submission for the Brendan Hall Award for Best Advance in Learning Technology for Testing or Evaluation.